WWE 2k25 just had a developer gameplay video on IGN. It was 19 minutes long, so we have some things to unpack. But unfortunately, WWE 2K hasn't posted the ringside report as of this recording, so we're gonna have to circle back to this topic real soon. Time's ticking! The game is about to drop! Let's go!
On this island where the waves crash hard, join the tribe.
Today we did get confirmation on some of the voiceovers that we're going to see featured throughout MyRise. Maybe there's some other surprises along the way, but we got CM Punk, Adam Pearce, Nick Aldis, Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins, Triple H, and Kathy Kelly, along with some original superstars for the MyRise storyline. I like that they got these actual stars involved, and of course for me, I love cinematics, so that means we're going to get a lot of cutscenes with these superstars. Now, one of the interesting points that I really thought was cool is that instead of just going into the menu, creating your character from scratch and doing the usual, they're going to allow you to pick the kind of superstar you want to be and how you want to approach your character from the very beginning within a cutscene with Triple H. I thought that was a cool, fresh feature, which made it feel like you really have the direction on where you want to go. Biggest thing this year that I wanted to see gone from MyRise is the cell phones. I didn't want the DMs and social media. Like, social media is good, but in a different menu. Going to the menus within the cell phone to go ahead and try to engage and do some stories and side quests. Ah, man, I wanted at least to be able to walk around backstage, you know, like kind of like the old days, seeing the superstar in front of you, left, right, middle. I know that sucked, but I get it. It's still available on last gen. They're trying to use everything that they can to bring over to make the development easier for them. I get it, but I don't want to get it anymore, man. I want them to give us at least a small squared area backstage. You get out of Gorilla, you go to the GM's office, you go through the hallway, the same person that's going to be standing in front of you like this, you run into them and you talk to them there, and that's how you engage. Maybe this is just me crying just to cry, because let's face it, this is probably going to mesh into the island in the future. Once last gen is gone completely, we're going to continue to Why 2K? Why? Social feed and DM is going to continue to progress the story if you get involved, and you are going to be able to earn rewards along the way for doing more. That adds replay value. Now, one thing I did notice is that branching storylines are back, so depending on which answer you give is the route the story is going to go. I always like that because that's one more feature that makes you want to go back and see what would have been had you gone left instead of going with the decision you made. So this MyRise is actually super up to date. Not only does it have the draft within the storyline, it also has the Monday Night Raw and SmackDown arena ready to go with the referees standing in ring with their modern shirts. This has the animations and all the bells and whistles that we've seen on Netflix and on the USA Network with SmackDown. Honestly, that made me really happy. We also found out that my boy, yours truly, CM Punk, is playing a big role this year in MyRise. He was a DLC character last year, but this year they put him right in there to sell the storyline. And if you didn't know, the dev team that was talking over the IGN video actually previously worked with WWE on their show, and they were brought on to work on the game. So these are actual writers that used to work with WWE with their storyline. Now, I do have a question for you guys in the chat. Which superstar do you plan on creating? Are you going to start in the men's division, in the women's division? We know that this is going to be one of those storylines that has intergender wrestling immediately if you select the women's division like they did in the video. We saw them training with Shinsuke Nakamura at the Performance Center. So I like the mix and match feel, but I'm wondering, is this going to stop the game from having additional replay value? We knew that it was like about 6 to 10 hours for the men's storyline, same for the women. Now, is that pretty much done? Is it just one story and you're good to go? Do the branching storylines really take a toll on how the outcome ends up being? That's what I want to know more of, and we didn't get all that information in this video. Hopefully in the ringside report we could find out kind of like a rough estimate how long it takes to beat everything within MyRise this year. Another cool thing that I spotted was the Then, Now, Forever Together introduction to the game. That was showcased right before the menus, but now we saw that the actual menu will have different photos of superstars as you're selecting through them, and it has the island on the home page. Now, the interesting takeaway here is that we see that they were playing with a keyboard as they are navigating through the menu for the MyRise video. This is probably from one of the developer setups instead of the actual PC build, because we know that the island is not going to be available on PC, only PS5 and Xbox Series, so don't get confused. But we did see that we are getting 4 different pages to move around, and we are going to have more options to the right. It's not just this home screen that you see, but I am happy with the menus this year. As soon as the MyRise story is ready to take off, we see Triple H pointing to your character. I like that they were going all in with the real life setup. I like when they replicate what we see on TV, especially with Triple H pointing to your character. It feels like you're really part of the story. Strap on. The cell phone situation isn't the only negative that we spotted in this video. No. We saw that hairstyles are going to be locked to the island. Now, we knew and we suspected that the clothing would be too. You see all these locks, it's not just for the island. Yeah, we got some DLC locks. We're going to get some showcase locks as well, even though we don't see none in these screenshots. I do not understand why hairstyles are locked behind the island. I'm okay with brands and shirts and shoes and things that are specific to the island to be locked away. That's understandable. They gotta pay the bills to get those deals. I get it. But a hairstyle? Are you kidding me? This is a low, and I don't like that. It doesn't sit right by me. In return, I did see some jackets here that do have the island logo, and they are unlocked as well. So the big question in my mind right now is, who the hell made the decision as to what's locked and unlocked? I don't know. Think about it. If the developer playing the game in this video had everything unlocked, everything would have been unlocked. I doubt that they grinded and they had some stuff unlocked, so it seems like they are going to have items that are genuinely gonna be unlocked from the start with the island logo, just like there's gonna be plenty locked away. This is not good. Before we get into the I told you so, all I said from the beginning about the island is that as long as there's a fair balance between grinding and what you have to unlock, I am okay with having things locked away. But I am not okay with the hair being locked away this way. This is just unfortunate, and Lord knows what else. We have to speak up now, because this is how they're going to learn going forward. And whether you love or hate the mode, I know there is something fun that we can take away from this at the end of the day, and I hope it's not ruined by greed. Even with the Debbie Downer stuff we found out, I am still excited to play MyRise at some point, but it's not at the top of my to-do list, if I'm honest with you. I'm never over the moon about this mode, just because I don't like the fact that you're just standing there reading, and I love reading as much as the next guy, but reading from the cell phone and interacting that way, no. I want cutscene matches, walk around matches, cutscene. That's what I want, all right? I don't want to be standing looking at the superstar looking at my back like this. I don't want that. I didn't want that this year, and I hope it's gone real soon. But all in all, I think the MyRise, with the story that they set up for this year, it didn't reveal too much, but they gave us just enough to get a feel for what we're looking at. And it's a lot like 2K24, 23, and 22. I want to see what else is in store when I play it for myself. Let me know in the comment section, are you jumping on MyRise when you get the game? Or are you going to wait till the end? What's going on? How do you feel about it? I'll see y'all real soon. Thank you for tuning in.
LexxExpress is calling, shaping every view. Subscribe and join the legend, let's see what you'll do.
Every comment's welcome, every like's a cheer. Your opinions light the way, there's nothing you should fear.
Share your thoughts and insights, let your voices grow. With Lexx by your side, the universe will glow. Hit that button, oh so bright, in this digital night. LexxExpress is here to guide us with an epic light.